Even during the summer, I used to dread going into her room in the morning in case she could have died. I knew that heart failure was always a possibility. And that used to frighten me. It frightened her at one point because she said, "I'm frightened to go to sleep." So I knew it was something she was frightened about. But I thought we'd made such progress that she put on enough weight to keep her safe. And when she died, and I took up the issues with the NHS, one person said to me, "She didn't want to get better. Your daughter didn't want to get better." And I refute that. She used to say, "I just want to be normal, Mum. I want to get better." I think a lot of people still see anorexics as people who are sad, especially if their anorexia takes hold of their life to such an extent that they can't do anything, that they're just sitting there and being force-fed with tubes. And I think people just think what a sad life it is. They don't understand. It's almost like a cancer of the mind, because once you get into the setup of an eating disorder, it's difficult to break it. It becomes more and more entrenched. And I think that the public don't understand that. It's not something that people choose to have.
I first started with disordered eating in my mid-teens, and I'm 50 now, so it's been a long time. And variously I've been anorexic and bulimic and suffered from compulsive overeating. So my weight's fluctuated a tremendous amount. I would define it as having overwhelming obsessional thoughts that are really hard to live with, coupled with compulsive behaviours that you don't seem to have any control over, that cause you to do things against your own will and against your own better judgment.
I had an eating disorder myself from the age of about 13 that went on probably until really I was in my early 30s, and I was never diagnosed, but I think really early on that I was sort of towards anorexia, but I was never treated or hospitalised. I managed to not be underweight enough so that I was always kind of under the radar and not noticed. And that later became a more sort of general disordered eating problem that just went on for a really long time, stopped me doing a lot of things. And looking back, I really think that if an organisation like Syeda had been around at that time, if I'd been able to access those kind of services, that actually I would have recovered much sooner just from being able to sort of tap into that kind of support.